government reigns. New world order, shadows of the night, whispers in the halls, everything's tight. Food we eat got poison in the core. Rise up people, open up the door. Spies on the block, watching every chat. Inflation kills slim wallets, cat. Bigfoot lurking, hidden in the mist. Aliens calling, truth can't be dismissed. Bigfoot stepping, myths ain't fake. Aliens watching, Earth Day steak. Big tech gains, poison in the veins. Inflation rises, government reigns.
Hey, this is Jeremy coming to you from the No Name Podcast.
Hey, it's Dustin. I finally get to get him back. It's your boy Trey.
Yeah, Dustin had to not be here for this episode,
Right.
so we're doing it solo.
I think Jeremy scared him off.
Yeah, well, if you listen to the last one, you may hear that. But I will say, and I told him, I'm still shocked. I am still shocked, and I don't think that will change anytime soon.
Not anytime.
But we're good to have you good people here with us anyway.
Right.
So
I ain't gonna lie, it does feel weird because normally I'm the one that's missing, and now Dustin is missing.
I know.
I see what y'all say when I'm not here.
It's weird, right?
It is weird.
It's weird.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
it is
I don't know
weird.
if I like it yet.
Yeah, the vibe is weird. So
It is.
It's
It is.
just different.
It is.
But yeah, so we were looking at one of the headlines that was coming across about our big pharma's Ozempic drug, and how it seems like that is possible that it may be making people go blind. Which, when you think about it, people who are taking Ozempic that don't have diabetes, which can cause you to go blind if left untreated, are somehow going blind by taking the drug that's supposed to get rid of diabetes.
Right.
When you look at the irony of it, it's kind of surprising. But I had actually tried, not the Ozempic brand, but I guess they call it the some sort of semi-glutide or something like that. I'm not 100% sure what they call it. But it's the lab-made kind that's not $1,200 a month.
Yes.
Before I had decided to go.
Wegovy is be that kind of brand.
Yeah, so before I had gone and gotten the gastric sleeve done, I figured, let's give this a shot, and
Yeah.
even with that, it was still, I think, like $450 a month. And
Wow.
it's like I was talking to my wife, I'm like, I could pay for this surgery 3 times over easily, quickly, than sitting there paying for that. And plus, it just made me feel terrible.
So when you say feel terrible, break it down. Like, what do you mean?
So I had like this weird rash that like broke out right here on my arm.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I still have like some weird itching that happens, but I don't have like all the bumps and everything. Like it was weird.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had that happening. My stomach just felt like it was in knots.
Mm-hmm.
TMI, I guess. I was having trouble going to the bathroom. It was just really, it just kind of, I felt like it messed me up a little bit. Like the whole situation that I was in. I think I took it for 6 weeks before I was like, all right, I've had enough of this.
I don't like the way it makes me feel.
Yeah, I'm like, this is, I started thinking about how new it was, and then I started thinking about the COVID vaccine, and I started thinking about
That's what I was about to say.
I started thinking about all these
who,
different
who
things.
hates the COVID vaccine, you sure did jump on this this Ozempic type train. It's about equally as bad.
Hey, okay. I tried it. And I realized you're making a terrible mistake. And
You might as well get the vax. At this point, Jeremy, you have no idea what you pumped into yourself.
You're right. I do not have any idea what I pumped in my system at this point, because from a lot of the stuff that I've heard coming out about it, it just kind of makes you wonder, because this whole blindness thing isn't the only thing. There's been lots of other side effects that people are getting. And of course, I know you're going to get that with any drug. Obviously, you're going to have the side effects. I mean, most of the time when you watch one of those, commercials with the drugs, they spend 60% of it going over the side effects as quick as you can say it. This drug will save your life, and it could cause death and dismemberment and make you
delusions and visions and dreams. You may kill somebody and drive off a cliff. We got you.
That's exactly right. You're like, do I want to take it at this point? I don't even know.
Anytime that I see those drug warnings or hear those drug warnings where it say you can have hallucination, dreams, and nightmares. Wait, what?
Yeah, like, is this for me? I don't know.
So I'm reading up on this a little bit, and I see, you said that your stomach felt like it was in knots. That's abdominal pain of sorts. Stomach abdominal pains.
Yeah.
So you felt that. No vomiting. Did you vomit? But you did
Yeah, I
have
didn't.
constipation.
Yep.
So the crazy thing about it, the symptoms are you'll probably have some nausea, but either you're going to have diarrhea or constipation.
Yeah.
Or maybe both. That would be pretty weird because it start off running and like you can't poop
And all
anymore.
of a sudden it's nothing.
Yeah.
I broke myself.
Right.
Yeah, I imagine that the side effects go a lot deeper than that, but I assume that's like the top ones or something.
Yeah, that's the top ones. I'm looking at other stuff because the more recent one is it has been linked to people going blind.
Right.
And this is not, I'm trying to see if it's a temporary blind thing situation or is it permanent, but it looks permanent because one site is saying increase the development of a rare, potentially blinding eye condition. I'm about to mess it up. Non-arteritic interior ischemic opic neuropathy. I don't even know how to say it. Neon. I messed that up bad too.
It's okay. We'll give you a pass on it.
Oh yeah, I'm not in nobody's medical school. Right there. Neon. That's what it's called. It's short for. And so you can't go blind. I think, okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna shoot it to you 100. I am a person who believes if you get your butt out in the sun, walk a little bit, eat better, your body gonna show you results. The problem is our bodies adapt to how we lifestyle change. So you gotta shock it by doing something else. So if you walk 5 miles, start walking 8.
Yeah.
You gotta keep it up. For guys our age, they say we need to start lifting weights more because we're actually losing muscle.
Right.
And I'm like, oh man, I have to actually start losing weight because I feel it some days. Like, man, I thought I could lift that and I couldn't, which is my back hurt and my arm is hurting. Like, this is weird. So that's stuff we have to really, really look into. That, hey, I need to take care of myself. I need to put the work in to take care of myself.
Yeah.
When I first saw this drug come out, I was like, who would take that? That's stupid. It's for people with diabetes. Why would you take it if you don't have diabetes to lose weight? Why won't you just do the things you're supposed to do? Eat better, eat healthier, and attack this. Now, you're not going to lose it as fast, but you will get your body in shape and overall be a healthy person. People scold me, oh, you don't know what people go through, Trey.
I was just about to give you don't know what us fat people go through, okay?
Fair. But what I do know is that Ozempic is not, to me, the healthiest option.
No, I have come to the realization, and I came to it when I was taking the lab version of it. Not the answer.
Right. Because then think about it. The blindness is one of the things you can do. So would you rather be skinny and blind? No. Like these are the results.
I guess you can't see yourself being fat anymore.
No.
I mean, I don't. That's
You'll
like,
feel it.
You
You'll
feel it.
And how long did they say you have to stay on Ozempic or something like that?
That's lifelong. That was part of the other reason why I was like, I think I'd rather just go do this gastric sleeve and just take care of the problem. But there's a lot of misconceptions even about the gastric sleeve, about how it's just the easy way out.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nothing easy about this except for actually getting the procedure done. That was
Right.
the easiest part about it.
So what's hard? What would you say is when people say that's the easy way out? What would we say the hard parts about it?
I mean, just the mental side of it really has kind of been the hardest part for me. I mean, I assume other people have kind of had the same thing, because I just don't feel like I'm hungry. But obviously, at some point, you have to eat something.
Yeah, and this is with the sleeve.
Yeah.
Okay.
So because part of what it is they cut the gland that actually lets you know you're hungry.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll see food and I'm like, oh man, I want that. And then I'm like, no, you don't.
Right.
You're not even hungry. You
Right.
know, but then at some point I'm like, all right, you need to eat something.
Right.
Or drink a protein shake or something. And as a fat person, I mean, because it really, you laugh, but I'm telling you, there is somewhat.
You're openly saying it, and a lot of people probably wouldn't. That's why I laugh when you say it like Jerry. Like, come on, bro.
I mean, I've never shied away from the fact that I had a problem or have a problem.
Okay,
you know, it's like an alcoholic. Almost.
So would you say eat? Like, so, okay, say okay. Because okay, how long have you been a bigger person?
I mean, I've probably weighed 200 pounds plus since I was 12, 13 years old.
Jeremy, golly, buddy.
I'm not joking. Like, seriously. When
And you wasn't playing football or nothing like that?
So I had played baseball when I was younger, and then I got in the body cast, and then that kind of slowed that up.
What's that mean?
I was riding my bike, and I went down this super big hill and ended up breaking my femur bone, but I broke it so high up that I had to be put in a body cast. So that was unfortunate. And so I made it out, recovered, got back into baseball, and then I went to good old Sparkles down the road and broke my arm. And then you can't play baseball with a broken arm.
Right.
So that incapacitated me again, and then I was just done with that. So we ended up moving out to the country at that point, and it was just different at that point. So that kind of went out for me. But I mean, that was probably when everything started going downhill for me health-wise. But well, not health. I mean, I've always been healthy. I mean, the crazy thing is my wife and a lot of the problems she's dealt with. She would get so mad because I would just go to a doctor for like a yearly thing and say, "Well, how long have you had diabetes?" I don't have diabetes. Well, what about your blood pressure? My blood pressure's fine. Are you on medicine? No, I'm not on medicine. Like I've always been a quote unquote healthy fat person. I knew in my head that's not going to last forever. At some point, the chickens are going to come home to roost.
Right.
And so that was why I kind of started exploring those, because I've done different things and my body's weird. It's like you were talking about. It's like once you hit a certain age, it's like you're just programmed to be that. Your body's just
right.
I saw this study that was talking about how your fat cells, like the cells themselves, you can lose the fat, but your cells are still programmed to be big. So a lot of times they will take in stuff just to produce fat because that's what they've always been used to. It's kind of an interesting study. I don't know if it's real.
Yeah.
To me,
so how would you in a study? Did they say how would you lose the weight then, or without I guess gaining it back if your cells are already like at that level?
I didn't make it that far.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't really interested, to be honest with you. I mean, because just like whatever. But so that was why I made that decision, because I would do things and I would be on the same, eating a salad, like just doing well. Like I'd drop 20, 30, 40 pounds and they would just stop. I mean, just like I wouldn't change anything.
Why would you stop? Oh, the weight loss.
I wouldn't stop. The weight loss would stop. And so I would get down to like, I don't know, 270, 260. And then it was just like done. Like I couldn't. I would keep going for like another month, and then I would just start gaining weight. Like nothing has changed, and I would just start gaining weight. So I would try changing something, like in a good way.
Yeah.
And I still kept going in the upward trajectory. So I just kept almost felt like defeated. And the last time that I had messed with that was during COVID, and during COVID, of course, it was really hard to actually obtain food that I could have eaten healthy,
right.
Because everything shut down and all that. I was like, bump it. I'm done with this anyway. And then, I went back up to, I think, April of last year. I was like, I want to say like 340 pounds, something like that. So now I'm back down to 271.
Awesome.
So it's like, I'm back on the downward trajectory, again. And that's one of my concerns is like, man, I hope that I didn't do all that for nothing. Like if I end up in the same boat, I'm going to be really upset.
Right.
Because I had done the dieting and stuff last year before I made that decision, and I was dropping weight, but it was like to the point where it was just kind of in that weird lull. And that's where I get concerned. Like it's just going to go back up. Like I didn't want to be this way.
Right.
It's just, I don't know. I do think there is some people who just have that gene of big people. Yeah. You're big bone. They call it big bone, but I think there's just big people. But so I think a lot of people think that the Wegovy's and all that stuff are like a easy fix.
Yeah.
They kind of advertise that in Hollywood a lot. Like, even Oprah did it.
Yeah.
All these different people that have always been in the limelight have done those things and they see results.
Right.
So I think it was kind of advertised that way. And I mean, who knows what's actually going on in their backgrounds and what they're actually doing besides that. That's
Right.
what they don't tell you. I haven't heard of any celebrities that are getting these side effects. So good for them, I guess.
I think I really want people to be healthy. And you have to add diet. They say diet, exercise. So you have to make sure you did that, right? That's why I got this little thing right here, because I won't exercise. I know it's just when I walk and do what I'm supposed to do, that thing starts to shed immediately almost.
Yeah.
But
Your family genes are just one with the body, which surprises me. I mean,
what do you mean?
Oh, because I mean, look at your mother. She was able to get rid of cancer by changing her diet. I mean, you said you were able to grow your hair back by drinking water and all. Like, I don't know I don't know what's in y'all's genes, but it's that's good stuff.
You see that? You see, this is the longest my hair has been, by the way. And it's a little cheat. The locks. I'm sorry, I'm taking my headset off. Everybody on YouTube can see me do this. I got to put my hat back on. But it's a little cheat because when you have locks, you pretty much don't let your dead hair release.
Yeah.
But I do have a little thin spot that if I don't drink enough water and I touch it too much with my hands, and my hands are not clean, the scalp gets bad. But it's natural remedies to fix this, and I was doing good with it, and it started growing back, and then I kind of stopped because I got excited. But I say that to people, like, if you're not going to be disciplined with whatever diet or whatever you're going to do, the weight is going to come back. It has to start in the mind.
Yeah.
And I think you're seeing that with the sleep, because one thing I was really proud of you, or like you're like, oh, I'm not going to do that, and I think we was tearing some pizza up, and you was like, nah, I'm good. I'm like, wow, man, that's like, and I told you, like, once I get back from Mexico, I'm going back to eating clean.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, like, when I eat clean, I mean, like, no meats, no cheese, no sugars. Really, sugar is my enemy. Like, I just popped the candy for no reason. Otherwise, give me like a little energy boost. But I think a lot of people need to look at be careful, because you can't sit up here and say anti-vax, and then the first thing you do is shoot Wegovy or Ozempic because you feel more comfortable with it, which it has the same amount of research as COVID. The vaccine.
Guilty.
You know what I mean? Or I like, we make jokes, and I think this will be the future in the next 10 years. Did you do Ozempic? There's been a class Austin lawsuit for the blindness or for whatever, right? You know what I mean? We already seen it. And I always tell people the things you put in your body are like, that's it. You get one body. You know what I mean? We haven't reached the technology in our world where we can, mind control and get a new body.
We're getting close.
Yeah, we may be. We may be. But it's do the right thing by your body.
Yeah.
Do some jumping jacks. Do it don't have to be nothing serious. I always tell people, it don't have to be going to the gym. Yeah. You don't gotta do all that. You can just really lock in and say, okay, I'm just gonna do the Stairmaster today. Or I'm gonna walk on a treadmill, or I'm going to give myself 30 to 45 minutes to do some type of physical activity, and then see what your body does. I know for a fact what the stuff you got on, and you already slimming down. You add walking down the street and back onto your resume, that junk gonna just start shedding off.
I'll be doing that for the next couple weeks.
There we go.
Until it gets hot out.
Yeah.
And then I'll be hitting this elliptical in my basement where it's nice and cold.
Hey, I love it. I love it.
Look, I mean, during one of those times, I had a trainer and everything. Me and Amanda both. We had hired a personal trainer. We were doing all the things at a gym we were part of. That guy said, "All right, today we're going to work out outside." I said, "The hell we are."
We are like in a CrossFit gym?
July. No, it was not CrossFit. Oh. And this is during July. And I said, in Georgia. And I said, the hell we are. I said, I pay too much money for that air conditioning in that building.
Right.
We will work out in there. I'm not. We ended up working outside. I swear, I literally almost passed out. Like, I was laying on the ground. Ask Amanda. I am not joking you one bit. Like, he had us out there doing burpees.
Was that your first workout, or
no? It was not the first
just
workout.
Just outside. It was like
I can just think about outside and start sweating. I've just always been that kind of person. I mean, you know how I am.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. He did not listen to me. And then I was really mad by the time I gained consciousness back. I'm not joking. That's happened to me twice in my life.
Well, you passed out from working out outside?
Yeah. The other time was when we went to Amicalola, and we started from the top. And you ever been to Amicalola Falls? No. Okay, so you need to go because it's awesome. But they have these stairs that go down or up. If you start at the bottom, they go up.
They in North Georgia?
Yeah.
I've probably been.
And so it's like, I don't know, 400 and something stairs down.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of stairs.
Yeah.
On the way back up, buddy, I was laying on those benches that you're supposed to sit on. I was laid out. I was telling him, man, I was like, I'll just call a helicopter. Just have him drop down one of those gurney things and just lift me out of here. There's no way I'm going to make it back, you know?
Right. Well, so what was hurting you? Your feet, your legs, what?
No, it's just like I was
Tired.
out. I was out. So, but I was like, being outside, I've never had that happen when I was inside. And I push myself when I'm inside, you know, and I'm actually in the zone and everything. So, but yeah, I mean, it's kind of a struggle for fat people. I'll be happy to speak on behalf, and maybe I don't speak for the whole, but I know I speak for some, where it's definitely once I've gotten in that mindset, you know, I'm good to go.
Yeah.
But when I'm not seeing results anymore and I'm still big, that's when it starts to creep in on you, and you kind of lose that the gusto.
But
because when I'm seeing results, buddy, I'm all in.
So, but like the dangers of doing it, stopping and going. Like for instance, like blood pressure medicine, right? They say, hey, if you take it one day, you don't take it next, it can be dangerous for your kidneys, right?
Yeah.
So I take it every day. With that being said, I don't know the long-term side effects, but I tend to think like how you were saying, you know, like I want to do this, but you know, I'm not seeing the results. But you got to give the results time, right?
Yeah, but the thing is that when you're constantly working out and you're eating right, like actually eating right, and then you go months without dropping a pound, and in fact you're actually gaining weight, and you know you're not gaining muscle weight because your pants start fitting a little tighter, right. Your shirts start looking a little weirder, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like it's not that you're gaining weight because you're gaining the muscle because you're working out. It's you're gaining weight, you're gaining fat.
Right.
That is when you start getting very discouraged as a big person, and you're like, why am I doing all this? Because I miss my carbohydrates.
Right.
I miss my cake.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's certain things, like for me, like I said, when I'm seeing results, I've always been able to just turn it off, no problem. Like if I start cleaning one little thing that can't be clean and I see it's clean, I keep going. You know, I'm going to keep going because I want to see the end result. I'm programmed like that. As long as I'm seeing results, I have no problem doing something I don't want to do.
Because I'm saying, like, if okay, let's say for instance, you this new journey you're on, and we see you slimming down. It's no really way you can go back.
I can't go back. No.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So like, I think what a lot of people need to do who's hearing this is make sure that, you know, if you're gonna start something, you gotta finish it.
Yeah.
I think what scares me about Ozempic is you starting it, but you're going blind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That, and it's just a lifelong commitment either way. So you're on this drug that, you know.
Does insurance cover that?
So depending on what kind of insurance you have, I've heard of some people getting it covered with no issue. I was not one of those people because, you know, my health insurance sucks. I don't have the Cadillac insurance. So it did not cover it for me, which is why I went the other route. And honestly, maybe it was the safer route because I ain't heard nothing about those kind of things than I've heard about the name brand Ozempics and Wegovys and all that stuff. You hear a lot more about that stuff than you do about the I can't think of the compounds or whatever they call it. So I don't know. Maybe it was a blessing in disguise for me.
I think so. I just think that stuff is dangerous, bro. Like I'm looking at it. And I see, like, I think it's like Roman commercial for the men. You know, they be having the mid, like Viagra pills and all that.
Oh, the hymns or whatever.
Yeah, whatever
Yeah,
group.
because they've got like a hymns and then they have a hers. I've
Yeah.
seen that one a lot lately.
So they got the guy and they showing him actually like stab himself. Excuse me, in the stomach to start his treatment.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how is that okay? Like, how is that helping you be better? It's a shortcut, and and when you do shortcuts, you got to make sure you're examining the risk that you have.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't see Ozempic as a one-all get-all type drug.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like, I think it may fix whatever issue with diabetes. You may lose some weight in the process, but it's also going to harm your liver or harm your lungs, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
So I tend to look at it, Ozempic, as a dangerous drug that has been allowed to ball out. Now, and we even do pay more as Americans, but like...
Oh, I could tell you that because they had that stuff on the shelf at the pharmacy in Mexico for a lot less. I don't remember how much it was. I should have took a picture of it, but yeah, you didn't have to have a prescription like you do here.
Right.
But I think they're giving those things out because they're getting back paid for it
the
anyway.
Afrin.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about the Ozempic.
You think they're giving it away?
No, they're not giving it. I'm saying they're writing the prescriptions like nobody's business because the doctors are probably getting back paid for it. So what I'm saying is it's not hard to get a prescription for it in the United States.
No.
But you still have to have a prescription for it. And I just don't think it's hard to get there like it is, or hard to get here like some other things. So.
But like, I'm trying to figure out like why. Maybe they just don't need it in Mexico.
Well, they have it in Mexico. You don't have to have it.
I'm saying like here, it's kind of. Last time I heard, it was kind of sold out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, why they have it on the shelf down there? I don't know. Maybe there are not as many people on it down there as there are up here. They're a lot smarter than us.
I'm like, wait, y'all just got it down there on the shelf? Like, yeah, take some Ozempic.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I should have took a picture of the price tag. I don't remember what it was. Everything down there is
1 million pesos.
I was gonna say everything down there is thousands of dollars. I
Right.
kept trying to get it in my head. Okay, that's not $4,000, but it's only $200.
Right.
Golly, trying to do these conversions.
Right. What do you think? What would you think if somebody came to you and asked you? What would you tell somebody? Hey, Ozempic, or what should I do? What would you tell them?
I would say, what's your end goal? Because I think if your end goal is to try to lose as much weight as you can and keep it off, I would definitely go with a gastric sleeve. It's been around a heck of a lot longer. There's a lot more benefit to it long term. I think you're not adding something to your body that's untested. You're just cutting out.
Okay.
So
and for the sleeve.
Right. When you're getting the sleeve, you're just cutting out the 80% of your stomach. So you're not injecting some sort of chemical into your body that hasn't really been tried and tested for long. I mean, everybody that's on it now is the test subject
Right.
for what they're dealing with because that's how they did it with the COVID vaccine too.
Right.
Everybody that was taking it became the test subjects.
Right.
You started hearing about all the strokes and all the other things that started coming out.
Right.
When they were Johnson & Johnson and all these other ones that were kind of coming out pretty quick out of the gate, and they're pulling it from the shelves and people are scared. And, those people were the test subjects for that trial.
Right.
Is what I call it, a trial. So
I think I'm not happy about Ozempic or Wegovy on it. And the reason I'm not happy is I just feel like a lot of people that I know aren't, 370. They're not that big. They just don't want their gut or they don't want their stomach. So I'm gonna take this pill.
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna take this. I'm sorry, that pill, but like take this whatever.
But
yeah.
The thing is, and I don't know if they advertise it or not, but as soon as you stop taking it, you start gaining the weight. Like everything that it's doing to you, which is almost basically just a appetite suppressor.
Jeez.
That goes away. Like it doesn't fix anything. It just holds it back. So you haven't changed your mindset really. It's just you know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you think people can really be successful at losing weight or getting healthy if they don't change their mind?
No.
You know what I
It's
mean?
definitely, you have to change your mind. But like I said, when you're a big person like I was or am still, it's when you're not seeing results, that's when you start losing and especially when you have a love/addiction to food.
Right.
When you don't see the results anymore, you lose that motivation. So your mind may have been changed, but because of you're getting the results.
Right.
But when that stops, old habits creep in.
Right.
It's just like a alcoholic that's done great for years, and then something tragic happens. You know,
Right.
they lose a spouse, they lose whatever, and all of a sudden, what's the first thing they want to do? Have that drink. Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing. You something trips up, and you just kind of head back into the old lifestyle.
Right.
So the people that are just trying to take off 20, 30 pounds or whatever that is, and they think that that's the way, is just going to come back.
In a heartbeat. In a heartbeat.
I mean, I think when I was trying to think, maybe 18, something like that, I started taking, what is that stuff called? Phetamine or something like that. It's basically like legal speed.
Jeremy, I don't think there's a place to go on my they say you used to do drugs.
Well, I mean, it was a prescription. It was prescribed and filled by a pharmacy. So basically, what that does is it speeds up your. It's supposed to speed up your metabolism. And I started having, what is that called, like heart palpitations or something like that.
Off the drug immediately?
It wasn't immediately. It was probably after a couple weeks or something like that.
And how long did you take it for?
Probably about a month.
So out of 4 weeks, the second week, you.
Yeah, I started feeling it, and I'm like, oh man, that feels weird.
But did you
know?
lose any weight?
I don't remember. That's been so long. God, it doesn't feel like it should be that long ago, but that was a while back.
Because I hear people say, "Oh, I lost 20 pounds. I lost this," and I'm like, "Well, A, you didn't really look that badly out of shape in the first place,
Yeah.
and is this an opportunity for you to buckle down? Is it an opportunity for you to? I think my disconnect is the quitting in between trying something. If you're gonna say you're gonna do it, and I would say don't even do it, because you can probably lose the weight the harder way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just don't like when people put like oh, this medicine's been FDA approved. Yeah.
Well, I'll take my chances being fat than blind. To be honest with you, I
constipation.
I would much rather
vomiting.
just be fat than be
Right.
blind. So there's that.
Can you imagine that though? One day you just sticking yourself and you stick yourself and you go blind.
I mean, that's terrible. I couldn't imagine. I feel terrible for those people because a lot of, I don't think that was advertised from the beginning. I
No.
mean, maybe it was.
No.
You might go blind.
No, they wouldn't.
Because from what
think
I
that's a
saw,
new
I
one.
think they've just added that as a
Right.
as a side effect. So if they're just adding it as a side effect, then yeah, I think that
You called it. They like the first people to get Wegovy or Ozempic or whatever else new brand they could think of. Those are the people who their stuff is going to be affected by the most.
yeah, the test subjects.
Yeah, those are the people who. So I just like the biggest issue I had with Ozempic in the beginning is people out there who had diabetes that really needed the medicine and they couldn't get the medicine. Then the second issue I had was that there are other countries who see that we need it. They getting it for $33 or something cheap,
Oh yeah.
and they charging us I think $100 or $60 something dollars. And I'm kind of like, why don't we regulate the price so they can be free if y'all kind of deem Americans need it? We're going to really have to get to a point where we rely on our own willpower, get our butts up and go to the gym and do what we're supposed to do.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that there's certain people that have kind of been in my position where you need something to kind of put you in that position where you're in good shape to get there, which is what I feel like I did. That was...
Yeah. I think you told, based on what you told us, you made a choice. You did the research and see if there were any side effects or long-term issues that you were dealing with. And yeah.
Which, I mean, don't take me wrong. There are some potential long-term effects, that people have dealt with.
With the sleeve?
Yeah, like there is a way that you can actually stretch your stomach back out and not really, I guess, kind of undo the work that you did.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's been lots of people who end up gaining a bunch of weight back. I know one person that actually did that. But that's the thing is like you got to actually make the mindset that I'm done
Right.
with that. You know, I'll tell you this, if as I've gotten back into eating soft foods and stuff, if there comes a time where I realize I've ate too much, it hurts.
Right.
And I'm like, I do not want that feeling. I don't even know how you're able to stretch your stomach back out because it is so uncomfortable when you take one extra bite than you knew you shouldn't have taken. You
It's
feel
uncomfortable without the sleeve.
Oh, I mean, it's crazy. I'm like, I do not want that feeling.
Would you recommend Ozempic to somebody?
Absolutely not. I know people that take it.
Mhm.
I know people that have been very successful on it.
Do they have side effects? Did they talk to you about them?
No, they have not had side effects because I had talked to quite a few people when I was dealing with what I was dealing with, and I'm like, have you had this problem? No, I haven't had. Have you had this problem? No, I haven't had that. I'm like, okay, well maybe it's just me. Maybe my body is just rejecting it. I don't know. Because I mean, I did lose a little bit of weight while I was on it.
Right.
I think I lost probably 10 or 12 pounds
Oh, wow.
within that.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, for that month and a half that I was on it, that was a lot. This new weight loss plan that I'm on, I've lost 37 pounds in a month. So,
Sheesh. You doing the right thing, eating right. I think, man, I just, is it worth it? You know what I mean? Is us being, parents, we would say, being blind is not worth it.
no.
But if everything, let's say the blind stuff is off the table, you're not getting blind from taking Ozempic, I still don't know if I want it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want nothing to do with it because I just think more so like people have to, we have to do our research so we won't be putting poison up by it. But then understand, like, this might not be for me. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, like I might have to pass.
Do you know anybody that takes it consistently
Man, no, I know.
or that would admit it to you?
No, they won't admit it. I had a I wasn't gonna say call her home girl, but I had a home girl trying to sell her Ozempic,
Yeah.
or probably does sell it. I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you this. When I was taking that, I didn't advertise it to anybody. It felt like I was doing something wrong.
Right.
I mean, you knew me. It wasn't
Right.
that long ago. It was
Right.
in April or May of last year.
Really?
I never said a word to anybody about it. Because I was like, we'll just see what happens. If I die, I die. That's almost what I felt like when I was taking it because I felt like I was doing something wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, why did you buy it?
Because I saw the easy way out.
Okay.
I mean, it was being advertised almost as like, oh yeah, you're a little pudgy. I'm like, I'm a lot of pudgy. Well, just shoot up with this,
Now, how do you know how much to take?
Well, I mean, they send you the little vial, and then they send you the little injection needles. So every month they send you this little package. It comes in a cooled package.
Mhm.
So as soon as it ends up at your front door, you go and stick it in the fridge, and you hold the little vial upside down. You pull the needle down. You literally shoot yourself up.
Wow.
Once a week.
Wow.
So it's an interesting process. But I mean,
Right.
people that are diabetic, they're having to do that with insulin and all that
All
stuff
the
anyway.
time.
So it's, that's literally what you're doing almost is shooting yourself up with insulin because that's pretty much the same thing.
Right.
It's just this one they found, oh my gosh, if you take this, you can lose a bunch of weight.
Right.
So it's like my mother-in-law, before she found out she had cancer,
Mhm.
she had the high blood sugar.
Yeah.
And so they had prescribed her, I think it was one of those.
Mhm.
And so she was taking that and she lost a bunch of weight. But it turns out, I don't know that it was that or if it was the cancer.
Cancer. Right.
Because then shortly after that, she found out as she was losing the weight, that's when they found that mass on her.
Right.
So That's the thing is like, I don't know. I mean, it could have been that caused that to grow faster.
Right.
Who knows? I mean, I don't
Damn,
even
don't
know.
say that. That's what I felt like.
Yeah.
Like it could have been. You just don't know, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like these things, you just have no idea. It's like we were talking earlier about the whole getting a stroke from having the COVID vaccine.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it was an underlying issue and that kind of pushed you over the edge.
Right.
I mean, these things that they come out with so quickly that are untested, and you can't test everything on a rat.
Right.
Like
Right.
there's just, or pig even.
Right.
I mean, because I know they do some testing in pigs and stuff too.
And monkeys.
And monkey, and yes, they're similar, but they're still not human.
Right.
And they're, you don't know what this kind of symptoms
Right.
these animals have, and they can't tell you.
Or
So-
or how the human body will respond to
Right.
this. You know what I mean? And then you can't do you shouldn't be doing human experiments.
That's what we're doing.
But people see little Suzanne lost 100 pounds on the infomercial. They're gonna run into it every time.
Oh yeah.
And the news didn't help it big because I watched Good Morning America, and at the time when Ozempic was hot, that's all they would talk about.
Is it not hot anymore?
No, it's not hot.
Is it because of this, or was it already not hot?
Already not hot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if a lot of people are off of it now, or
I don't think so.
yeah.
I think it came out based because D had friends who legitimately were not big, but had a little pudge, or honestly they look good. You know what I mean? And they were
Something like maybe 15 pounds or something like that overweight, or
if that,
just like barely,
and was running to it. I don't know if they're still on it now, which I think a lot of people who were kind of in that phrase may not be, but the people who really needed it
couldn't get it. Yeah.
couldn't get it, but now they have it, and I think they're using it still. But I don't think it's as in solid. Oh, this is a miracle drug like we tend to think it is.
And the crazy thing is there probably is some sort of miracle drug out there that actually could fix obesity, like to basically shed your fat cells, or if what I was talking about earlier, if there's any actual truth to that, about how your cells are just programmed to be big. There's probably something out there that can counteract that. I just don't know that they would ever release it.
Why?
Exactly.
They're making a killing off. They're making a killing off Ozempic.
Yeah, because it's
Wegovy.
like a lifelong situation.
Right.
Whereas
And you
if you
said
had
$400 a month.
well, that's what I was having to pay.
I'm just saying, like that's the cost.
That's $1,200 a month if you have to pay out of pocket for the name brand Ozempic, the Wegovy, all that stuff. That is $1,200 a month.
How often do you got to buy it though?
Once a month.
Once a month.
Yeah.
So how's it $1,200?
It's $1,200 a month. Once a month, you have to pay it every.
Oh, so the price of it is $1,200.
Yeah.
I thought you said $400 something earlier.
That's what I was paying for.
I
the
see
one
what
that
you're
I
saying.
had.
I see what you're saying.
Because I wasn't going to pay $1,200.
Because you had the off brand.
Right.
You had the great value.
They had the great value. Hey, I may have had some sort of weird reactions to it, but at least I'm not blind. So
Right. I think my message for people is, hey, do the right thing by your body. Take vitamins, get in shape, walk, drink plenty of water. Man, it's some things that we don't do that can really just help us. Just get outside sometimes.
not everybody's like you, Trey.
I don't do it.
There's
Look,
some sort
look.
of look. There's something weird in your gene pool that causes y'all's body to just get in line. It's either being right with God or just something.
So okay,
There's something in y'all's gene pool that is amazing, and I hope it passes down for generations.
I hope so,
Because
too. No, okay. So for instance,
I'm being for real. Like there is something that
it's just discipline.
it's not just discipline.
Why you say that?
Not everybody is like that. There's just.
I have a cousin. I mean, shoot, is he?
You ever got a dog that's like a purebred dog, and you're like, you ain't right.
Yeah.
Like you are all like, take a Labrador or something. You're like,
Yeah.
you're a full bred lab. But I know this person over here that's got a lab that looks better,
Right.
got nicer fur. They're not, they don't have the hip dysplasia.
Right.
Sometimes there's just a better bloodline. I think you're one of them. Okay, I'm just saying.
It, but I had a sinus infection like for 4 weeks, so I don't. If it doesn't work against sinus infection, I don't know. Now I do know, like, it's just a discipline. Like, so when we were doing it for my mom, her cancer, right? We were legitimately fasting. It was hard.
And that was the whole family that was participating. Yeah,
I lost 65 pounds.
Yeah, and how long?
Maybe like 3 months, 4 months.
Wow.
Like 4 months would be pushing it, because I would just eating. I wouldn't, I can't get up and eat a bagel. Can't get up and do that. So I would just get up and pray and go talk to my mom.
So what is your ideal weight? That's a lot of times what people talk about, an ideal weight. Do you know what that is?
Based on a doctor.
Now, I'm not talking about a doctor. I'm talking about your ideal weight.
Like where I would like to be?
Not where you would like to be, where your body is ideal. Like where you're not losing weight, but you're not really gaining weight, and you're just living life.
I'm there now. I'm at 200 pounds now. Ideally, where I'm supposed to be is 180.
Based on your height and all that, yeah. See, I don't really go off of that. And the funny thing is that so many people have asked me, well, what's your goal weight? I don't really know what my goal weight is, because I've never been a goal weight.
Right.
When I was 16 and I got my driver's license, I was 250 pounds.
Right.
And the only reason I know that is because I kept that same license weight until about 4 years ago. I upped it to 275, which was still a lie.
Right.
And probably tomorrow, or no, I'm sorry, I'm now lower than my license weight.
Oh, wow, that's good.
So I'm 271. So I think it was last week or earlier this week, I finally hit my license weight. I was like, yes.
Right.
I came out of the bathroom and told Amanda, I was like, I'm finally my license weight. I was like, now I got to make it to my high school weight, you know, which is not that far off.
And what's your high school weight?
250. I mean, that's where I don't know what I was when I was 18. I don't remember.
I think you need to get. I think you need 220. You'll be fine.
I don't know. I mean, I'd like to take it down as far as it'll go. I just don't know. I mean, my goal is to not have so much of a double chin. If I could.
Right. I feel you.
If tomorrow I hit 220 and this thing was gone, I'd say I'm there, baby.
Right. Right.
If my stomach doesn't jiggle when I brush my teeth, I'm there.
Well, it's not going to happen if you ain't get discipline. That's all I'm going to say.
No, that's right. And I definitely wouldn't think that one of those is the answer. Like I said, I know some people that are on it and have just had tremendous results.
Yeah.
So go for the people that it works for. But that's some scary stuff that's coming out.
Don't do it.
It's a little concerning, the stuff that's coming out.
Right.
And I'm worried to see what else happens. But sometimes as a big person, you get into that mindset, especially if you have health problems.
I want to get done now.
I just want it done now.
Yep.
And I
think that leads to our generation too. That little microwave idea, whatever you want to call it, where I can't wait. And I think that's another reason why Ozempic is so. It's first of all, it's convenient, right? But then also, I can't wait to lose the weight. I can just do it now.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I don't know. I say if you're on it, then just be careful. Be careful.
Be careful. Know what you got in your body, people.
That's right.
Jesus. It could be sneaking you all kind of meth. All right. All right.
Well, thank you everybody for listening. We'll talk to you next week without Trey because he's going on vacation.
Whoop whoop.
Again.
Mexico. Well, I'm doing a wedding, so.
Oh, okay, whatever.
I can't have a proper look.
I didn't know if you were going to Tijuana. Am
I going? No. I'm like, I'm going to Tulum. I'm like, is that Tijuana?
You go down there and check out the Tijuana healthcare system.
I need to. When I went to Cabo, I should have just drove up to Tijuana.
Yeah.
That'd have been cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, have fun and.
Gotta get you on a cruise with me, man.
Oh,
we're going on a cruise soon.
Can't
too.
eat now, jeez.
I mean, you can eat some ice cream. You eat ice cream all day. You know they got the cones.
I cannot eat ice cream all day. I will not let myself do it, but I could technically.
Well, your body don't hurt on a cruise ship.
Yeah, that's true. But we'll talk to you next week, not Trey.
Hey. I'll be here in spirit. Y'all can always. Oh, no, the internet probably is bad. So, yeah, I'll see y'all. I'll be back, but, I'll be listening.
All right.
Wait. Truth is out there. Dang it, did I mess it up? What is it? The truth is out there. Just find it. Dang it, what is it?
Read.
What is it?
Read between.
Oh, read. The truth is out there. Read between the lines. Yeah.